I am angry today, so very angry. Eddie Rivera was a strong young man, but not strong enough to stave off the evil which led to his ultimate demise. How this fatal evil crept into Eddie's brief life, I do not know. He was bright, earnest, capable, caring. His beautiful girlfriend, seated right here, can attest to that. Recently, Eddie confided in me that he intended to ask Mallory to marry him. I could not have been happier. She was a very positive presence in a life that seemed on the one hand destined for good things and on the other hand seemed destined for exactly what occurred. There are consequences, people, for every decision you make. Yes, it's true. Eddie did not have the kind of parental leadership that can influence a child to take the proper path. But many people don't, and many of these people succeed mightily. Eddie had other fine people in his life who offered him guidance to stay on the straight and narrow path of righteousness. But our young Eduardo always had a tendency toward the wild life, the unbound life. Well, as much as I loved this young man, I cannot say he didn't get exactly what he went searching for. I don't know if he deserved this kind of an ending, but when one makes the kind of life choices Eddie made, you cannot be surprised at the outcome. Mallory, would you like to say a few words?
Goodbye, my sweet Eduardo. My little prince. I loved you so much. I worried about you so much when we weren't together, but I never thought.
It's okay.
Let's go sit down, baby.
At this point, we would like to ask if any of Eddie's friends would have any words to say to come forward.
I'm gonna sit while you two talk.
What the fuck is that around your neck, Sergeant?
Oh, there's something? Seems I'm finally being appreciated for my contribution to law enforcement. It's Detective Sergeant now, Lieutenant.
Promotion? You? I thought you were a man of the streets. How's your Cholo Army gonna recognize you without your LAPD blues?
I had an epiphany, Miigs. I decided that you are my new role model. You found a way to make your job much more profitable than your pay grade. You never did tell me exactly what that valuable asset was. The one in that house where all the shit went down? Where that guy got shot?
What house? I haven't a clue about any house.
Okay, Lieutenant. be that way. But we both know that Eddie was at that place. And now this. Poor kid is dead. Ashes in a box.
Yes, the poor kid is dead. Really think it's smart to show up here at his memorial service? What are you really doing here, Sergeant?
Have you ever read one of those murder mysteries, Lieutenant? It's a common trope. Sometimes the killer shows up at an event just like this. Am I right?
You really believe that you came here to catch the guy who kept Eddie? We both know who the killer is.
Agreed. I think we both know who the killer is.
Anything?
No, nothing. Just chatter.
It's some sad shit. He was a young guy.
Yeah. Too young.
They always are.
Am I overstepping if I ask why you decided to join me on this stakeout? I'm guessing this hasn't been SOP for you in years, Captain.
You're a bright girl, Detective. I'm guessing you already know the answer.
I was afraid of that. So you thought this would be the time and place for that discussion?
We haven't been alone together in one place in a while. Since the academy, Tracey.
Oh, so it's Tracey now.
It was a big misunderstanding. I admit it.
Misunderstanding. You knew exactly what you were doing.
I swear I didn't.
Come on. I couldn't have been the first girl you kissed. Not the way you kissed me.
I never said you were.
No. You said I'd be your last. Because you were gonna marry Calvin. You fucked with me because you knew how I felt about you.
It wasn't premeditated, Tracey. I really cared about you.
Well, if you cared about me, how could you toss me aside and marry Captain Horowitz? Don't answer. I already know what you're going to say.
Yes, I was ambitious. We've already been through this.
Ambitious enough to let something potentially amazing just get tossed aside. How cold are you exactly? How could you marry him? Do you even like men?
Yes, I like men. I loved him. That wasn't make-believe. I fell in love with him and we got married.
So you were toying with me then?
No, I wasn't toying with you. Everybody isn't as black and white about these things. Some of us, we don't know where we are. We go with what makes sense. And at that moment, marrying Cal made sense to me.
So this is an apology. Okay. You're absolved. I'm perfectly capable of being professional.
It's not just an apology. I mean, it is, but that's not all that it is.
What? What then?
Come on. Tracey. Please don't make me say it. Not here.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Your marriage goes to hell, and now you're gonna tell me that you still have feelings for me?
I never stopped thinking about you.
Oh my God. You're playing with me again, just like at the academy. Don't fucking play games with me. I am not a naive little girl anymore.
I am not playing you. I think my marriage broke up because I never really resolved my feelings for you. I could never give myself completely to my husband while I knew you were still out there.
Fuck you, Gretchen. Did you forget about Carly? That's right, I have someone at home now. Someone I love and who loves me back. Did you think you could just waltz right back into my life and I would just forget everything? And you're not even sure you like women.
You're right. I don't know if I like women. I don't know if I like men, but what I do know is that I love you. I always have. Since the moment we met. At the time, I was too young and selfish to admit it to myself. I'm not anymore.
I appreciate what you've told me, Captain. But now I think we need to focus our attention on the matter at hand. There's some kind of argument going on between Miigs and Bustamante.
What kind of fucking mind games are you playing, Emilio? You don't want to get in a chess match with me, amigo.
Oh, so now it's amigo. What, you gonna get all Tarantino on my ass? You're a punk bitch, Lieutenant. I'll sit down at the fucking chessboard anytime I want. I own the fucking chessboard.
Don't do this!
I'll
put your ass away forever, you low life.
Come on, Racita puto, I'm
What the fuck are you talking about?
You wanna do it? Throw down.
Who do you think you're
Are
talking?
you too crazy? There are grieving people here. I know you deal with this kind of thing all the time, but have some respect. Please.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
We're just frustrated. We haven't caught the killer yet.
Yeah, that's right. I was just asking Lieutenant Miigs here to add some more manpower to put on the case.
Yeah, we're gonna assign more detectives. We hope to crack it real soon.
I'm sure everyone here appreciates that. But maybe you can find a more appropriate place to have this discussion, like a police station.
Police? What's going on? Did you find out who killed Eddie?
No, Mal. They're just talking about next steps in the investigation. Do you have any leads?
Well, you seem to know a thing or two, ma'am. Are you on the job?
I used to be. Now I'm with the DA's office. Kimberly Grier, ADA. And you are?
Detective Sergeant Emilio Bustamante, Devonshire Division.
Lieutenant Alexandra Miigs, Valley Homicide Robbery.
Miigs. Miigs, why do I know that name?
Me?
Maybe Eddie mentioned you to me.
Me? No. I'm just here to see if a person of interest showed up. I didn't really know Eddie.
Didn't really know him? Or didn't know him at all? Lieutenant.
Alex? Alexander? I think you and I should say our final goodbye to Eddie and leave these poor people to their grieving.
Final farewell? Sounds like you knew him. No. What's the problem?
No, it's just an expression. What she meant was we'll pay our final respects to the decedent, and that's all.
You did know Eddie. I'll think of it.
I think Miss Grier made an excellent point there, Lieutenant. We'll sort all this off out at the station and be in touch. Please, forgive the interruption. Did you guys get all that? Miigs is spooked, really spooked. And he has a probable accomplice with him, a woman. I'll get the video from Ramirez. Maybe we can ID her.
It's being recorded, Tracey. You can listen to it later. And Bustamante has plenty of backup in the other units outside the hall.
Damn it, I'm trying to run an investigation. A job you asked me to do, that you assigned to me. We're trying to catch a killer and maybe a kidnapper too. That's still very much in play. Please. Please. Let me do my job. Okay?
Now, who's the ambitious one? You turned out to be a great cop, Tracey. Detective, continue. I'll catch a ride back with one of the other units. Have a transcribed report on my desk first thing in the morning. I'll meet with you and Bustamante after that for next steps.
Fiona? Fiona? Talk to me, dear. You're starting to worry me.
Why don't you tell me what's really going on here, Jackie? Something's not right. I'm sure those were gunshots I heard the other day. And why don't I ever see any other patients around here? What is this place?
You remember, sweetie? You're part of an experimental treatment for extreme Alzheimer's cases. I told you that when we got here. Part of the therapy is isolation. There are other patients, but they're, well, isolated.
What therapy? The doctor hardly speaks to me. And when he does, he doesn't sound like any doctor I've ever met. Where is he anyway?
He's with some of the other patients. They're in the same program as you. And the progress they're making. Did you know he went to Johns Hopkins? That's the best medical school in the world. You'll be out of here in no time.
No time? Exactly how long is no time, Jackie? What does that even mean? I don't even know how long a day is anymore. How long have I been away from my family? My son, Kevin. Has it been a week? A year? Oh my God.
Shh. Look, think good thoughts, okay, Fiona? Be positive. They call it, positivity. It's part of the program.
Don't have any good thoughts right now, Jackie.
You know what you've never told me? How you met Kevin. Must be a good story. Tell me how you met Kevin. I know he loves you a lot.
He had just come back from Iraq after the war, the first one. He came to see me for treatment.
For treatment? Oh, what do you mean, treatment?
I'm a psychologist, Jackie. I must have told you that. We're both medical professionals, you and me.
Yes. That's right, of course. Please continue.
I had just started taking on a few patients assigned from the VA. Overflow. Those guys really needed help.
And Kevin walked in?
And Kevin walked in to my life.
Oh, no, I'm not in the Army anymore. You can, Kevin is fine.
Well, thanks so much for coming in today. So, how long have you been back?
Maybe 6 weeks.
You're having a tough time readjusting?
You might say that.
Well, tell me what's been going on. What have you been doing?
I can tell you what I haven't been doing. Sleeping.
Night terrors?
It's so real. So vivid. At least in the daytime, I can sometimes make it stop. Before they all, well, you get it.
Was it one particular event or a few different engagements? That's okay, Kevin. If you don't want to talk about it now, that's fine. When you're ready, you let me know. Mind if I ask you about something else?
Yeah, sure.
And if it gets uncomfortable, just ask me to stop. You were a little older than most of the other recruits.
Mm-hmm.
College educated, good job, married. Why enlist?
I'd like to say that it was because I thought my country needed me. But actually, I just needed to get away from it all.
Get away? From what?
Mm-mm.
Kevin, what did you have to get away from? What did your wife think? And you had a baby at home? What did you have to get away from?
That's just it. I didn't have anybody at home. Not anymore.
But you were married with a baby. It says so right here. Kevin, did something happen? What happened? Please tell me.
There was a car accident. Car ran a red light. Full speed. It's a drunk driver. And broadsided Janelle's little car. I should have bought her a bigger car. The baby was in the back, in the car seat. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. There was a huge explosion. A fireball, that's what they said. Everything was burned beyond recognition. My wife. And my baby girl. I couldn't protect them. I couldn't protect them. And then I wanted to be with them. So, I joined up. And I went to Iraq, hoping I wouldn't come back. But I did. I did. I don't know how I did. I was in the middle of the shit all the time. There were bodies everywhere. I wanted to be one of them. But it never happened. What do I do now, Dr. Donnelly? What do I do now?